What's up, everyone? You are tuned in to the Late Night Channel Eps. I'm your host, EEPMON, episode 64. Still in Montreal, and this morning I did a fantastic run at the Old Port all the way to Griffintown and back. And it was about a totaling around 10 kilometers, 12 kilometers around that, but a bit of a stop along the way. Had some great coffee. Montreal is a great place, you know. I think in the future, if I were to look for another location to situate myself, I think Montreal would be great. You know, it's a beautiful city, so much culture here, and also what's really appealing for me too is not only there's plenty of nice like artisanal coffee shops and great communities and whatnot, but the airport your gateway. It's your direct flights, folks, to like Asia. If I wanted to be in Tokyo, I could hop on a plane right now and go direct flight. I can do that. But yeah, so it's been really relaxing and just continuing on. There's a lot of stuff happening actually. Eat First continues to be building. My co-founder Killjoy is working diligently on porting Eat First into Warpcaster, which is a great is essentially a platform where there's a lot of let's say crypto natives. It's like the Twitter slash X for really specifically for crypto natives. Uh, it's almost as if that the space in the whole NFT and digital collectible space has sort of like evolved to be in this sort of capacity or having this platform to really I feel as a true measure or true means of showing the promise of what digital collectibles and communities can be. So, of course, we want to be in that space. And we actually were, before we started eFirst to be on the standard web browser, simply because it would be the easiest entry point for everyone to be involved. We just don't want this to be only for those who are strictly in, already have their experience and know-how revolving around NFTs and digital collectibles. But part of our mission for eFirst is to really onboard people who are experiencing digital collectibles for the first time. I think that's for us, or at least for me, that is one of my main goals. So therefore, we originally started doing eFirst on the Warpcaster UI. Then we went to the web browser, simply because we pivoted there because since we're doing the launch that we did with Art Engine, and then later we did Beyond Blockchain. Like from our firsthand experience on the ground, majority of people, first of all, they need to get the wallet, and then if they ask them to go to get onto Warpcaster, that's just a level too deep that they're not prepared for, to be honest. But now we're going to Warpcaster as well, so we're building that in. So we're very excited, and there's a lot of follow up and a lot of potential. We have some meetings following up with some great people. I'm not going to I won't be talking about who they are, but I'm very, very excited that we're making our headway. It takes time, folks. All these things, despite the fact that the whole digital collectible space does move very rapidly, but at the same time, we are still in the midst of transition, right, from Web 2 to Web 3, and again, part of our mission is to really educate and onboard those who are new to the space. So it does take time, okay? Like the transfer or the pivot, as much as we want it to be as quick and and seamless, but it does take time. Real life takes time. the physical world. But anyway, so that's my status update with Eat First. And yeah. Another thing I want to talk about is if you looked at my Instagram stories, I did talk about that I want to reveal a big announcement. And it's been a long time coming. And I would like to share it with you now. Let's get to the website here. There is something called the Banff Forum. The Banff Forum, well, here it is. I'll just verbatim here. For the Banff Forum is an inspiring weekend to consider issues from bold and different perspectives. And it is one of Canada's preeminent public policy forums. Each year, they convene a national forum that brings together leaders from across Canada and leading thinkers from around the world to share their knowledge, enhance their leadership skills, build national networks, and discuss and debate the most pressing issues facing Canada today. So, part of the Banff Forum, the reason why I talk about the Banff Forum is because there is a fellowship called the ABJ Fellowship, the Arne, Bengt, Johansson Fellowship, founded in 2021, so it's very recently. And part of what this ABJ Fellowship is about is to encourage and incorporate the arts as part of the public policy discussions and discourse. And I wanted to just give a shout out because the fellowship is named in honor of the late Arne Johansson, an artist, a writer, a poet, an essayist, a painter, and a philosopher. He was a stonemason, a tree planter, a translator, an athlete, a brother, a father, a friend. He was principled, fearless, and an optimist. He was inspiring. His legacy, the ABJ Fellowship, covers all expenses related to travel, accommodation, and registration to the Banff Forum. And the applicants have to be, the evaluation criteria is specifically for artists, creators of all spectrums and all genres, and who have shown leadership and has showed impact of their creation to within Canada and beyond, and of course that they promote diversity and inclusion. Ladies and gents, I am very, very honored that I have been accepted and a recipient of the 2024 ABJ Fellowship, full scholarship, to attend the Banff Forum coming up in September, from September 5th to the 7th in Whitehorse, Yukon. So here's myself. I'll put the link to the show notes. You can read more about it. And also, I'll also meet my other cohort of the fellowship, Miranda, Juno-nominated Canadian singer and fiddler. And we've been in touch, and I'm looking very, very forward to meet her as well. Miranda and I will be at the Banff Forum to engage with leaders in government, business, academia, and of course, STEAM, acronym for science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics industries. And as an advocate for STEAM, especially an advocate for arts, creative arts, integral to fostering innovation across all sectors in Canada, but also in this day and age, we need the creative sector to really amplify, enhance, empower, embellish all industries, because arts is the fundamental, I like to think, the glue that ties all things. Creativity ties all things. It's something that I feel, at least from my career, that the arts has always been overlooked. For example, if we're in a economic downturn, what's the first thing to get cut? It's marketing, things that look great, arts. We're always the first to go. And I am really tired of that. I'm like, are you serious? Like, like we tend to forget, and we don't seem to value the qualitative nature of what artists can bring to the table. In fact, we were so ingrained to think that everything needs to be quantifiable, measured, down to the science, down to the spreadsheet. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at myself here. But that's the Banff Forum. You definitely check it out. It is very, very comprehensive, and I recommend you to go to banffforum.ca. But let's get back to the main stage, folks. The main stage. So yeah. So that's my feeling. And when I'm there, I know what the agenda is. I would like to know how we as creators can participate in the discussions. Moreover, in any case, I look forward to meeting leaders in government, and academia, all the sectors, and seeing how I, as a creative artist, a creative entrepreneur, digital artist, engaged in and pioneering in latest trends in Web3, blockchain technology, NFTs. Like, these are real discussions, and I want to see how I can ideate with them, discuss with them, and see what can we do to empower and build a better and more innovative Canada. Right. In fact, the theme of this year at the Banff Forum is, in fact, let me get it out for you here. What is the theme? The theme, oh, geez, I'm just going to my profile here. I know what the theme is. It's, but I want to get it. I want to make sure that I don't butcher it. The theme is Northern Vision and Northern Vision, resilience in a volatile world. So that's the theme. Northern Vision, resilience in a volatile world. It is clear, folks, that from what we have observed, what we hear, what we talk, and the increased polarization of society, increased volatility, requires a new or a fresh lens and conversation about how to build that resilience and how to persevere, innovate, continue to build a positive impact to our societies. And I hope that, but I do feel that I have much to contribute in these discussions. If not, I have some solid real life experience and use case that I hope that can be a source of inspiration to have these conversations. So let's see where it goes, folks. September 5th to the 7th. August is right around the corner. I can't believe it. And then Banff Forum. It will be in Whitehorse, Yukon. This is my first time there. Never been there. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a short, it's going to be 2 days, but it's going to be 2 days of impactful discussions. So yeah. I thought I would share that with you all about this great news, and I'm looking forward to be there and meet like-minded individuals. Yeah. So literally my July's almost done. Well, my birthday's coming up. My birthday's next week, but I really have no plans. I'm digressing so much now. Let's talk about birthdays. as much as I like, I think that it's a very amazing time. It's to celebrate your anniversary and all that. But for me personally, I find that every day should be a celebration. Every day should be celebrated. I don't like just because it's my birthday. It doesn't mean that it has huge significance. For me, it's not really a big deal. I try not to play it so high up in letting the world know it's my birthday. Oh, because I've seen some people like posting on social media and they make a big spectacle about it as if it was like the biggest deal ever. It's like, dude, it's just your birthday. Who cares? Like whatever. Okay, I get it. If your 50th anniversary, 70th anniversary, okay. But I don't know. I just feel that every day should be a celebration, and every day should be a time. Like, every day you should be grateful and to remind yourself how great it is and how great and grateful you are to be living, existing, enjoying. Just the fact that, like I tell my best friend, I tell him, and he knows it very well, but we just have these philosophical conversations. Is look. Like the fact that you and I are existing, or you, my audience, are watching me right now, living and breathing, existing as I like to think maybe the apex predator of the world, unless there's aliens, I don't know. Anyway, but within this reality or within this context and for our current knowledge, like us existing statistically is infinitely impossible. Think about that. The fact that we're living and breathing and we're having this conversation and we're hanging out, the chances of you existing, being born, influenced by so many factors, evolutionary factors, even could be perhaps even the wind direction or the raindrop that happened at that specific place and time, somehow contributed the most insignificant things that are happening. All these things, entropy, all these things came together. The confluence of all these things, I believe, is why you exist. It's why I exist. So think about that. What your parents ate, or what they did, or where they went, and then go down the lineage, and also the environment, the sun. The sun provides us energy. Like, we should be grateful that we are here because it's infinitely impossible that we exist, yet here we are. Isn't that something to celebrate every day? I forget my birthday. I'm just happy that I exist. Knock on wood, I'll get hit by a bus or something like that. Anyway, a little food for thought, and I hope that something to think about and be grateful, and that's what I think about all the time. Call me crazy, but it's true. Well, it is almost 19 minutes. Wow, I really ranted a little bit. But anyway, I feel much better. My last episode was a little bit of a rant, but I think I just needed some decompressing and just do a run and just really get away from all the noise and all that. So I'm feeling much better. I'm only human, folks. I'm not perfect. Come on, man. Come on. Anywho, I hope that you have a great evening, a great afternoon, and a great morning wherever you are in the world. This is the Late Night Channel Eves episode 64 here in Montreal, Canada. Well, Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Okay, well, until next time, I'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day. I always said that, but yeah, bye.